Hello, welcome or welcome back. Today I am making a little piggy, like a piggy bank, in the Chibi art style. This is sped up in real time. It took me 52 minutes. So I'm definitely learning. My time will get better as I keep practicing. And this was for a project I had of talking about how I track my finances and budget. I didn't actually end up using this for that and creating that video for you guys. I have one where it's very much more basic. It's just my phone and I write on an index card and kind of show you in real life what I do using a calendar and notebook. So if you're interested, that video is out there. But this one, I still thought it was kind of cute to see the happy little pig. I'm using techniques that I learned from Shy Fox's YouTube channel. And I finally learned about clipping, which is awesome. So it clips to the layer below it. You can add colors, but it'll only add it where the colors are on the layer below it. Things like that. So that is phenomenal. I'm really excited about that. I've also started to really use the shape tool. So you click on the pen and then you click the shape and then there's a drop down. Right now you can see it says curve. You can select line, circle, elliptical, curve, and that's giving me a lot cleaner line art. I think I chose too large a brush size for the line art for this. It doesn't look as polished as I want it to, so I haven't quite figured out what I'm missing. Ironically, for the tail, just doing it freehand was easier than using the curve tool. And then I'm using the paint bucket. That makes coloring a lot easier. Look at the eyes, that was a piece of cake compared to, trying to manually draw this perfect little circle. So that's been fun. I'm still surprised it took me as long as it did to make this little piggy. Because wow, 52 minutes. Yikes. But that's the growing pains. The program I'm using is called Fire Alpaca. It is free, so you can download and use it. It does have a glitch. The texting does not work. It makes the program freeze and crash. So that's been pretty unfortunate because I would like to add text to some of my designs. But other than that, it's been great. It doesn't have, from what I can see, vector layers, which is something that Shy Fox used on her work, and I thought it was pretty cool what you can do with vector layers, but I have not found that feature. However, she talked about clipping layers, and then I saw that that was an option on mine, and that was cool. So definitely check out her channel. You're sure to pick something up that'll help your art. This eye style is after her tutorials. Hers, of course, look way cooler and cuter, but it was still fun to try her style out. I kind of wish I would have done green eyes because this was for a financial, saving your pennies. But I ended up going with pink. Oh, and green is the color of money, so. Here I'm struggling to know what layer I am on. So that's an interesting thing. I don't like taking the time to label my layers, even though it would save me time. So that is a continuous struggle for me. And then where clipping that option is, so over on the right, below the navigator, where you see that little red blocks over the pig, below that's where the layers are. You see opacity, blending, and then below that there's a little box that says protect alpha, and then to the right of that is the box that says clipping. This one, the canvas, I usually do a much larger canvas size, but I made this to a 16:9 ratio because a lot of times when I'm making my art and then I want to make a movie in iMovie, it crops it funny because it's a 16:9 ratio. So because I was planning on creating the video in iMovie, I wanted to do a picture that was formatted. So this is a lot smaller. This is, I don't think either length or width goes over 2000 pixels. And my usual ones are like 7000 by 6800. Here I was trying to decide, does she have upright ears or does she have the forward folding ears? And I end up deciding on the upward. More perky ears. I don't really know what happened around her left eye. The line art, I was on a different layer or something where the pink kind of bleeds into the black and the lines aren't really crisp. I think that has to do with my paint can tool and how close it gets to the line art, making it look a little bit moth-eaten on the edges. So that's something else I have to work on. Shadows and light, those I struggle with to this day. So Shy Fox says she'll do like a hard pen and then she'll airbrush over it for her shadows, and they look so good when she does it. And mine, I think they are better than they have been, but just not nearly as nice as hers. So kind of experimenting with that. Again, I always struggle with where the light would be hitting and where the shadows would be cast. If you're new here, this channel is to bring awareness to my art, and the star of the art is a picture of a blue merle Australian Shepherd puppy, and I call her the happy little pup. And she brings joy to my life, and I think she would bring joy to other people's lives. So I'm trying to build and expand the audience and awareness for her. And I already have merchandise available on Redbubble and Zazzle. My main thing is stickers. That's what I was like, that would be great. That would be fun to put out there. I would buy a sticker of the happy little pup. And so I figured there's got to be at least someone else out there who would do that. And okay, speaking of which, so that's a happy little pup. It's definitely a much different design than what the piggy bank is. I'm just realizing now I never put the slot in for the piglet. Maybe it's on her tummy. Maybe it's on the underside. That wouldn't really make sense. But there's only so many other places it can be. So That would have helped this out a lot. There's a lot of other merchandise options. If you do go to Redbubble or Zazzle, I recommend searching under my creator name. It'll be at the very end of this video. You can look and see how that's spelt. I also have a WordPress, so I write really short little stories about the happy little pup, and then I create an item object for her that she's interacting with in the story. And at the end of the year, I plan to compose a book with that. So something I want to work on is backgrounds. It's okay, not that necessarily any of my art is strong or my techniques are strong, but I feel backgrounds are weaker than a lot of my other ones. So I look forward to looking at some tutorials, getting some advice. I'm really inspired by Sleeping Beauty art, the animated one by Disney. I like that style. That's what I visualize for the happy little pup. And I've also have some videos where I did the happy little pup as a chibi version, which is a really cutesy, not really anatomically correct, but I thought it would just be a fun little exercise, and I have some ideas with it, so I wanted to start practicing on that. And I kind of am still in that chibi art style, and since I found that Shy Fox YouTube channel, she does a lot of chibi art, so that's really, I'm getting tips and advice with that style, so that's influencing me to continue to practice this style. The other style I've been focusing on right now is much more realistic, like the happy little pup, and it's photos that I've taken in real life, and I take a lot of time and I do the line art and the coloring in and shading. And that's the end of this video. I hope that you enjoyed watching me create a little piggy bank. Here's all the information on the happy little pup and where you can find her. I hope you're able to like, share, subscribe. Have a great day. We'll see you.